One, two, three.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops.
Yes, so many cops are on the tick. What do you expect when they use tear gas and tanks? Whether in a car or on a horse, cops don't mind using excessive force.
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
This is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
So first, we talked about this more after the January 6th thing happened. I mean, this policy was before January 6th that happened here in Florida, but we talked about this in January 6th at the fact that whatever, with punitive policies or surveillance or whatever thing that happens after January 6th because of those, white supremacists or white nationalists, whatever, storm that Capitol, the first people who are going to get the hammer over it is going to be black people somehow. Magically, when it comes to oppression and repression, black people get the hard end of sticks. So
we saw that one of the guys that was caught out there, he was like the only one that was still in jail who hadn't posted bail. And of course, it had to be the black guy.
Yeah, you staying here. How much money you have, buddy?
And you already know, like, us black people don't give a fuck about him. He could just sit in there.
Yeah, we forgot about it. I think he's still in there. I don't know. But this story, we're going to talk about this guy because this story is just like, okay, this is so a black officer in Florida was fired for using the N-word. So Dr. Virginius, when was he using this N-word? Was it on duty or off duty or like
so you're going to hate the irony of this, okay? Yeah. All right. This officer was not interacting with anyone at the time, like actually on the job. He was his body cam picked up audio of a personal phone call that he was making, possibly to some significant other or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about how important his job is and why he's doing the job and why he's necessary.
Because in context, he's a school resource officer. He's not just he's a school resource officer at a high school. So he's just like, I guess obviously the kids, he was leaving a football game, high school football game.
Right. So here's the cruel irony of this, right? How many times has a white officer killed a black person in this country? And then when we ask for the body cam footage, oh, the body cam fell off. Oh, we can't find it. Oh, it glitched. Oh, the body cam didn't turn on. Oh. But you actually went back and looked through body cam footage where there was no interaction with the public whatsoever to find a black guy having a personal conversation. And the thing is, how many times have we seen white officers kill people and administrative leave and on leave with pay and
so
basically, a nigga said nigga, and then automatically there goes his job.
So it says during the investigation, White told his supervisor they used the N-word while making an arrest for trespassing on November 30th. Derogatory statements made by police officers jeopardize the trust of our department. If you would have killed those people trespassing, it would have been an issue. It would have been like, get your 5 days vacation time and barbecue some food in your backyard, buddy.
So let me ask you this question, Mr. Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this, and we can ask the viewers this as well. Let me ask you this, Mr. Rhodes. You have two options, okay? Option A. A cop says nigga and arrests you and then takes you to the precinct where you are then processed and booked, right? That's A.
And I walk
or
out,
B.
I walk out a few hours later.
Right.
Later. Okay.
Or like, I don't know, a few years later. You know how it happens with black men. Right? Okay. Or B, they call you an African American and kill you. Those are your options.
According to Tampa Bay, they want me to die hearing like, hello, my colored gentlemen. We have received this bullet today. But it's like okay, it would be cordial.
Yeah, please pass the Grey Poupon.
Yeah, please pass. Please pass Joey. Like, you're fired. It's like,
and again, it's this is pandering 101. And again, just like you said before, if we're talking about racial slurs, the black guy, the black guy using it is going to reduce the faith in the officers? No. All the shit that we've seen from police officers reduces the faith. And you're pulling body cam footage when he's not even interacting with a member of the public.
Serious investigation, not only investigation of his private conversations on the body cam, as well as investigation of him doing arrests. It seems like it was like they were just scanning through him to find him say a black guy say the N-word. This is like
I was unaware that they even reviewed footage if they're not actually interacting with a member of the public.
No, they after that, that's just
what
crazy,
did they need to review the footage for if there's no complaints made against him?
He was he was on a phone call, and then they
investigated. A personal phone call.
Yeah, and then on November 30th, he said the N-word, and then and that's really like the personnel manual. The violation of this policy shall be grounds for immediate dismissal in the absence. Oh, I'm done. I need to disclose this. This is why my circuits of like how much black people go through day out and day out. Officers, non-officers, civilians, and like a black cop gets fired for saying the N-word. Like, you could do better than that, America. It's like
I want to know. I want to know about the white cops that have been fired for saying the N-word in Tampa.
I bet white cops are just like being fired for like thinking about the N-word in Tampa, if that's what's happening. Maybe I don't know.
Also, did you see how they transcribed what he said?
Yeah, I mean the first letter
they put the ER on the back of it as if black men use that version of the word.
The Tampa government website totally took it out of context. I want to just compare it real quick before we close.
But also look at how they transcribed it. They transcribed it with the hard ER.
Oh yeah, he's not saying.
How many black men do you know? No, they were trying to trump that shit up.
Yeah, he's not. I doubt he's even saying it. But you see this. You see like here.
Yeah, Tampa, look how they transcribed it.
Yeah, they totally like take it out of context, referencing a group of people as ghetto niggers. Sorry, I said that. And then here in CNN, the report actually gives context to what you were saying. It's just like it just sounds like a frustrated cop. He doesn't realize he's a black cop, and like this is going to happen.
Or he does realize he's a black cop, and it's adding to his frustration because of the kind of impact that he's trying to have.
Yeah, when you hear the conversation, that's what it feels like. He feels he's frustrated. He feels like that's why he's saying.
But why do we even know about this conversation? It was a private conversation.
So we
have now you can make somewhat of a case of them finding out about it if a complaint was made and then they have to pull the body cam footage from that day. Why is anybody looking at this fucking footage at all? But we can't get the evidence when they shoot a black guy in the back.
It must have been I can't explain it. A white guilt, racist white guilt. Like
it's not even real white guilt because look who they're burning for it. Right?
Let's not call it racist white guilt.
And of course, I gotta take it back to Philando Castile, right?
I mean, what's happening here is just
right. Hey, officer, I have a legal weapon.
They murdered him.
I'm reaching for my ID. You've asked me for my ID. I'm telling you I'm reaching for the ID, and you shoot me anyway, right?
There was no investigation.
And then a black officer, not long after that, gets called to a home, a potential burglary or rape or some shit. The woman runs up in a dark alley, and the dude thinks he's being ambushed and fires through the window and kills her. He goes to prison 15 years.
That was in Minnesota.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah, you got ASAP.
So when we were talking about, hey, we want more accountability, of course, the accountability falls on the black officer.
Yeah, remember that? And remember that Chinese officer in New York?
And the Chinese community was mad about it too.
Yeah, they didn't get
like if the white people are getting away with it, the Chinese cop should get away with it too.
Yes.
Who cares about these naggers?
Yeah, but
right? Who cares? Like if the white officers can kill him and get away with it, he should be able to get away with it too.
Yeah, they had no solidarity when they were protesting for that at all. So that just shows.
But they're looking for solidarity now, though.
Yeah, but that shows you, for a whole different reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
it's like, but what happened back then when it was like, you can go right. What happened back then?
You can go on a housing project and just murder us and get away with it. I don't know. I mean, but it shows here a black cop can say the N-word and not get away with it. So, that's Black Power Magic Hour on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can catch us on Act TV, over 47,000 subscribers, and Dr. Evie Genius. He's live on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And if you guys have any technical skills, you can help us with Discord because I'm lost and confused. So that's Bad Cops.